Welcome to FM Story. In this episode of the Journeyman save, we'll be trying to keep well near the top of the table in the first half of the season, following our opening day victory. So without further ado, let's get going. Before we get into the action, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos. There'll be new Journeyman save videos every Saturday and Wednesday. Okay, so since the opening day of the season, we've had a bit of an up and down spell. Obviously, we beat Chelmsford on the opening day of the season. We beat Eastbourne comfortably in the second game, 4-1. Good performance. We then went and lost against Ebbsfleet. We were 1-0 down. We equalised just on half time, then went ahead early in the second half, and then conceded 2 goals after the hour to consign us to a 3-2 defeat. Then we had a couple of wild games. So we played against Weymouth, and we were 3-0 up at half time. We scored 2 in a minute early on. With 3-0 up at half time, they pulled a goal back early on in the second half. We had a player sent off. They pulled it back to 3-3. We went ahead 4-3. They scored in injury time after they'd been reduced to 10 men, and we ended up drawing 4-4. The following game against Slough, we started well again. We're 2-0 up, conceded just on half time. They equalised late on. We pulled a goal back, thought we'd got the win, and then conceded another goal in injury time. At that point, our goalkeepers had a few poor games, so we decided to take him out of the team and brought Will Fuller in for his debut. Comfortable win against Weston-super-Mare, 3-1. Good game away from home. Then we went to Maidstone, went 1-0 down early, pulled one back, 2-1 down at half time, and then needed a lovely curling 20-yarder from Dion Moore in injury time to get us a 2-2 draw. And then in our last game, we played against Hungerford and won comfortably. It was 0-0 at half time, but we just overpowered them in the second half. A lot of goals from set pieces. I think there was 3 headers from corners, and a header at the back post from a cross as well. So a decent performance overall, and that sees us in 5th in the league. So obviously, when we took over last season, we were 20th out of 21. The board's aim for this season is to finish in the top half. So we're certainly doing well as far as that's concerned. Only lost the 1 game, and that's the team that's directly above us in the league. We've not played any of the other teams sort of around us yet. So that's going to be a big test when we eventually do get around to that. The next game is our first game in the FA Cup, so the second qualifying round against Tilbury, who are a team from the Ryman League Division 1 North, who only have greyed out players. So hopefully we can put in a decent performance and come away with a win and progress in the cup. The board's aim this season for the FA Cup is to reach the 4th qualifying round. So hopefully we can win this game and start progressing forward on that. So in terms of team selection, the one change we made from the last game is just to give Ben Morgan a rest, who we brought in the summer. He's been struggling towards the end of most of the games in the last couple of weeks. So we take him out of the firing line for this game. We've brought in Liam O'Donovan, who played a couple of games at left back for us last season, but can play at centre half as well. And hopefully we can sort of survive resting Morgan in this game. We should hopefully win this pretty comfortably. But let's have a look and see. So let's get on with it. I mean, we've already had 4 shots, a corner, and we've opened the scoring in the 7th minute. That's the one thing in the last couple of weeks we've really kind of shown a bit of a threat from corners in particular. We always have a bit of a threat with free kicks around the box with Joe Muscat as well. That's a poor free kick. There's nowhere near any of our players. Right, now can we do something with this? He travels a long way with the ball. Picked up and another goal. 2-0. Prince Henry, who's on loan here this season, has had a couple of good games, a couple of bad games. Scored a couple of decent goals as well. Muscat got to the byline, dug out the cross. Dug out the ball to Girajai, who dug out the cross, and Henry got in between the two defenders at the back post just to nod it in. Right. We're obviously doing a lot down this left-hand side with Joe Muscat. Lovely ball to the back post again, and there's Prince Henry again to nod home for his second of the game. Muscat's getting loads of space down that left-hand side. I think they probably need to double up on him. Lovely ball to the back post, no defender anywhere near him. Comfortable header in at the near post there. Down the left-hand side again. That's a bit of a strange pass. Right, can we get the ball into the box again? No, we've lost it. They're obviously sitting very deep, so every time they look the ball up, it should be comfortable for our centre-halves to pick the ball up. Right, can Barnes get to the byline and put a cross in? No. How about this time? No. Should do better from there. Probably a bit underneath it. Lovely header from the corner there by Clark. Young centre forward that we brought in the summer. Again, like Henry, he's had a couple of good games, a couple of bad games. But he's a real threat in the air, particularly from those set pieces as well. And that's a comfortable first half. 19 shots, 8 on target. We've had 63% possession. We've wasted a couple of chances, but overall, pretty decent performance. Do we now take the chance to rest some of the players who've played a lot and have been struggling lately? We'll just make the 2 subs at half time and keep one in the back pocket just in case there's any injuries in the second half. Not much is happening in the second half. We've had a couple of shots. We've allowed a completely free header there from the corner. The defender didn't go with him at all. And despite the man on the post, still couldn't keep it out. We're going to take off Joe Muscat and bring on Jeremy Kiezu. We've picked up another goal since then, though. Liam O'Donovan with another header from a corner. So we're just going to bring Jeremy Kiezu on at left back to replace Joe Muscat, just to give him a bit of a rest for the last couple of minutes. And ultimately, 5-1, very comfortable win. Deserved, but I mean, really, it's what was expected of us. And hopefully we get a nice, decent draw in the next round, so that we can progress to our goal of at least making the 4th qualifying round. Since we beat Tilbury in the 2nd qualifying round, we've had a comfortable win over Dagenham and Redbridge. We just sneaked past Hampton and Richmond at home. We beat Dunstable 4-1 in the 3rd qualifying round. Another comfortable game, really dominated, and then they just nicked a goal. We beat Poole 5-1 away from home, and we then played Crawley, who were in the division above us, and drew 2-2. Went through extra time, no further goals, and then we won on penalties. Following that, the Tuesday night against Dover, having gone through the extra time and penalties, we really struggled. Everyone was knackered and we got hammered 3-0. We were really poor late on. We then bounced back with a good win over Salisbury, a decent win over Oxford, who was 6th in the table at the time. And then the last game against Billericay, we'd really kind of rotated players because we've got a few suspension and injury issues going into this next game, which is the first round proper of the FA Cup away at Chester, who are in the Vanarama League North, so similar sort of level to us. Hopefully the home advantage isn't too much and we can get away from that. Looking at the league, since we kind of kicked on in form there, we're currently sitting in 4th place in the league with 30 points from 15 games. So we're well on our way to meeting the board's target of finishing the top half. Hopefully we can finish in a playoff spot as well and potentially go forward and get promoted this season. Just going into picking the team here, and you can see we're missing a few real big names. So Ben Morgan, who's one of our summer signings at centre half, played well all season and has been a particular threat from set pieces, from corners. He's out suspended for this game, as is Adi Shakumbi, who's played well, not provided as many goals as he did last season. But the big miss is going to be Jurajaye, who's out for, I think it's 5 months. He's out for another 3 to 4 months. He's already been out pretty much a month. And obviously he scored 8 goals in 13 games before that, so he's a big part of the team. What we've done is we brought Jed Abbey back in to play where Jurajaye was. Brad Abbott's come into the team to replace Shakunbi, and Liam O'Donovan's come in to replace Ben Morgan at the back, which is a bit of a concern. But hopefully we can create enough chances going forward that that's not a problem. And we're underway. So we've had a couple of shots very early on. We're dominating possession. Nothing really good enough to see a highlight for so far. Can we get the ball forward? What we've had in the last couple of games, as well as what a chance. Came back off the bar there. What we've had in the last couple of games, we've had a lot of intricate play between the forwards. I'm just sliding balls down the side of the defence as well to get players into shooting opportunities. Barnes with a cross. We've hit the post. That stands. It looked like it got out of play. But Jed Abbey, obviously instead of Jurajaye, has popped up in the right place there just to knock in the rebound off the post. Just in the right place at the right time there. A great start for us, and hopefully we can just kick on. I mean, we're definitely a threat in the air. Should have done better with that one. We're definitely a threat in the air from open play, but that sort of gives us great hope, given how strong we are at set pieces, that eventually we'll find one of those corners that someone plants a header into the back of the net. Oh, decent save, that one. Matthew Clark's been a really decent pickup for us. He's only 17. He was at Kings Lynn before us, but he's already got 11 goals in 18 games this season for us, so he's a real big pickup, and he's strong in the air, and he's big, and he's pretty quick as well, so definitely a good addition we've had there. Prince Henry's disappointing. It's probably one of his poorer performances so far this season. But we'll send the same team out and then see what happens. The longer there's no chances and no highlights, the better it really is, if you know what I mean. Although, having said all of that, one long ball over the top and we've been caught out really badly there. And just luckily our keeper was able to make a decent save. Lovely free kick from Joe Muscat and a brilliant header from Jack Batten. That puts us 2-0 up and really in the driving seat here. Right, don't do anything stupid. I mean, hopefully now we're in injury time, that should be it, and we shouldn't concede 2 goals. A great win. So that's us through to the second round proper of the FA Cup. Potential for a decent sized tie at this level, but also kind of hope you get a team of the same sort of level, so it gives us a good chance of getting a really big tie in the third round. But obviously it's just taking one game at a time. Now it's time for the draw for the second round of the FA Cup, so let's see who we get. So we've got a home tie against Chesterfield, who are 5th in the Vanarama National League. I mean, it's a home tie, which is a start. I mean, obviously, you'd probably prefer one of the teams at our level, or even Ashton, the only team that's not in, that's any lower than our level, that are left in. but home side's nothing to sniff at, and hopefully we can overcome Chesterfield and draw a big team in the third round. And that's it for this episode. Join us in the next episode for the second round tie against Chesterfield, and see if we can continue on our decent run in the league this season.